Immigration has become a major challenge to the West. People want to migrate to the West because it respects individual rights and freedoms. It believes in human dignity and equality. It stands for good education in one's own mother tongue. It puts law over rulers. It provides the best social context and opportunity for economic progress. It respects press freedom, and it has been the engine for scientific and technological advance. But the West was not always like this. And once again, it is changing before our very eyes. Although the West is still the least corrupt and best developed part of the world, now it labels itself as post-truth. That means people no longer trust their politicians, the press, and doubt even the integrity of some of their scientists. People are getting disillusioned because there is stagnation, even decline. So what made the modern West a civilization that believed in truth? 2000 years ago, a Roman governor was able to declare a public figure innocent and then go on to crucify him. How could he do that? Didn't he know that he was violating his fundamental right to life and destroying the people's trust in the judicial system? Well, back then, the West did not rely on trust. It terrorized people into submission. The pre-modern West did not operate on truth because by about 300 BC, the Greeks came under Buddhist influence and gave up the hope that the human mind could know truth. Therefore, they built their culture on myths, magic, and mysticism. It was truth that transformed pre-modern West into modern. Let me illustrate. I was trying to buy tram tickets in Amsterdam. I asked two American tourists, "How does this machine work?" "Why do you want to buy tickets?" they said. "We've been traveling around for 2 days. No one has come to check tickets." I was amazed. How did Holland succeed in creating such a moral society where a city could trust citizens and passengers? And why is the new generation rejecting the morality that resulted in the West's unique freedoms and economic prosperity? I had to research the matter, and I found that 500 years ago, the pre-modern West was as corrupt as my nation today. What caused the change was a movement called the Reformation. It was the greatest revolution of the last millennium. It created the modern world. The reformers were rebels, but most rebellions destroy. They don't reform a better world. 16th century reformers succeeded in reforming because they did not replace one human authority with another or with their own. They did not invent ideologies. They enthroned truth above themselves. Can man know truth? The reformers sought truth because they believed in a creator who knows truth and communicates it just as a father teaches truth to his children. The reformers followed the Bible's teaching. It was articulated best by St. Augustine. That is, the Bible teaches that human mind is made in God's image. Therefore, it can and ought to seek truth. This faith in knowable, rational truth made the West a uniquely thinking civilization. In contrast, the Buddhist monks in China didn't read their sacred books. Their own books taught them that words cannot communicate truth. Truth is silence. Therefore, these monks meditated on the sacred sound or mantra of their rotating bookcases. This stumped their society's intellectual life. The Bible transformed Holland because it inspired the Reformed Church to educate everyone. Education, grounded in the Bible, cultivated love for truth and virtue. Why? Because the Bible taught that God wants all men to be saved from their sin and come to the knowledge of the truth. Modern, Reformed education encouraged every Dutch student to memorize the Heidelberg Catechism. This catechism summarized the Bible's essence. It instilled in every citizen's soul God's commandments such as, "You shall not steal." Pagans made up their own gods. Therefore, they had to invent their own truths and their own moral values. In contrast, God commanded the Jews not to invent their own gods, their own reality or morality. They were made in God's image. Therefore, as sinners, they were required to reconform to God's holiness. God is trustworthy, so His children must not bear false witness. They must stick to truth, whatever the cost. The postmodern West is like the pre-modern pagan age. Both reject absolute objective truth and morality. This encourages people to make up their own truths and their own moral values. Flexible morality, however, destroys a society's moral capital. It makes it difficult to trust each other. Consequently, Holland's public transportation system can no longer trust its passengers. By becoming post-truth, the West has become post-modern. It has amputated its soul, the Bible, which created the modern world. Once again, human opinions, feelings, and vested interests claim authority over truth. The quest for truth was the engine of the West's intellectual, economic, and social success. Losing truth means losing trust. To lose trust is to lose peace, progress, and prosperity. This video series will explore why the Bible created the modern age of truth and why a recovery of truth has now become our most urgent need.